This one is called I Ruined My Son's Life, where he's basically talking about Leon, royalty's son, I think. And we're just gonna watch this.
Leon, I'm not even gonna try to make this sound perfect, bruh. Because I actually owe you an apology.
This is almost 30 minutes. This is 26 minutes. Are we going to survive? Probably not. I'm probably going to be skipping through if he's talking about a whole lot of nothing. I'm trying to get to the meat of the sandwich. I'm not trying to sit around and just taste the bread, okay?
Apology. Because whether people like to remember it or not, but what Leon and I had was actually real. There was nothing fake about the bond we created, and somehow I ended up messing it all up. Back then, I just thought I was being funny. Creating content, trying to make people...
just making a vid about Leon, though. That must have been like his favorite kid or something, like...
People laugh. But then as I stepped away from doing that and I looked at it, I realized that was some low-life stuff, bruh. I was a real clown for doing what I did. And instead of building you up as the man that you're about to become, I tried to tear you down before you could even make it to 18. And I don't even want to lie. I never realized how bad I was actually acting until I stopped. And whether I figured that out now or then, a real man is never supposed to try to tear down another man, especially a kid, especially his kid. And even though Leon was never my real son, he was somehow more of a kid than any kid I ever had. We had the closest bond out of all my...
Even though Leon wasn't my real son, he's still more of a kid than any kid that I ever had. What does that even mean? What were you trying to mean by that? Like, maybe you meant something that actually was meaningful, but it just did not come out right, because that sounds like a whole lot of word salad. He was the most kid of the kid I ever had. I done forgot. That's a freaking tongue twister.
My kids. And even though I love Kamari, CJ, and Dad the most, I still gotta remember all the times I had with Leon felt so powerful. And the way that I acted and treated little homie online was something I actually had to learn from. Today I was at the gym and I saw this.
You're praising Leon. So what do you mean you ruined his life?
My son, of course I love Kamari. She the one that I had, but that doesn't change the bond that I had with Leon that I can't ever get back. And of course y'all might say, CJ, little CJ. CJ's 6 years old, bro. And at the same time, I only see him week on, week off. Leon was actually in my life every day in, day out. When I wake up, I wake him up. But I don't have that same luxury anymore. CJ just a little kid. And if I wake him up, I gotta wake his sister up, which is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to raise two kids the same way. My girl should not be raised as a boy because I don't want them growing up acting like a man. And I'm not a woman, so I really only know certain things I can...
Okay. So I'm just gonna say this one thing. You waking your son up, because apparently your whole relationship with Leon, y'all were like working out and stuff. I don't think that is going to make your daughter act like a man by waking her up with your son and basically teaching her that working out is essential, because women need to work out too. Women need to move their bodies, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I'm not going to say, I think it's weird to sit here and say that you'll be essentially be raising your daughter as a man because you want to wake her up with you to go take a run around, like a run or a lap around the neighborhood. That's not raising your daughter to be a man. That's teaching your daughter discipline and you know, teaching her, you know, about her health and to stay fit. Just like you're doing with your son, women should be moving too. Little girls should be moving too. I don't know, I think the way you word that is just really weird, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Teach my daughter before it's out of my control. Building little Leon up was the exact same as me building up another man. And I like that feeling, especially because like I said, I didn't have a father. So it made me feel like I had a real purpose. And Leon already know if he watching this video, I ain't making none of this up.
He's basically projecting, it's giving that you're projecting your, like you're projecting your insecurities and stuff when it came to your upbringing onto Leon and onto your sons. Basically, you favor your sons over your daughters because you're able to raise them in the way that you wish you were raised, but you can still do that with your daughter. I'm your daughters. I'm confused. You can still teach them discipline, teach them how to work out, and like I'm gonna just let him have it, bro.
See, a lot of y'all might not understand, but the things that I was doing with Leon, it wasn't free. And it wasn't free for me. So not only am I paying so that I can go, I'm paying so that he can go. I was making true investments in both of our lives that actually made us both look better. Y'all must have forgot when I took Leon to the basketball training. That was right around the time things started to get real shaky and we almost was already broken up. Man, I was paying for any and every type of training. I wanted this kid to be the next Steph Curry. And it wasn't no joke. I was putting everything into this kid. I wanted his brain, body, and mental to be 100% ready for the future. But instead, he ended up doing whatever he ended up doing. I'm not here to make fun of you no more, Leon, so don't even look for no jokes.
Why are you mad that Leon likes to skate?
No punchlines, ain't none of that. I like the routine that I helped build with you. I see you like skating and all that now, but that is not what you were supposed to be doing, bro. I'm not.
What do you mean that was not what he's supposed to be doing? You are essentially trying to live through Leon. You are essentially trying to live through him, to live through your child, which is very toxic behavior, and it does not create a good relationship with your children. Trying to live through them, it makes your children resent you because you're not allowing them to do the things they want to do, or you're not allowing them to find their own interest. You're trying to force onto them what you like. Like, tell me something you weren't supposed to be skating. There's no telling what someone is supposed to be doing. They're doing whatever they see fit in their life. They're doing whatever they like in their life. That is what they're supposed to be doing. So if he likes to skate, he likes to skate. If he don't care for basketball and all this stuff that you wanted him to care for, then he just don't care for it. You can't force your identity and your life onto another life. That it just doesn't work that way. That is how he was going to end up not liking you regardless. Whether this happened with you and royalty or not, he was going to end up resenting you regardless if you were going to be acting like this and pushing what you think how his life should be onto him. That is not how you build a stable relationship with anybody, bro. Whether that's your own kids, any family members, any friends, anybody, you don't. That's just not how it works. Like, this is stupid.
I'm gonna tell you what to do, because now you're a grown man. You can do exactly what you want to do. But you already know that if somehow I was still able to be in your life, you would be on a different path right now, boy. That head would not be looking like that. You would not be dressing like that, and you would.
Because he has locks. Because he has locks. Someone says his head won't be looking like that because he has locks. Like, what's wrong with him having locks?
Not be timid and shy like that. You were supposed to be the next CJ So Cool, the stand-up kid that everybody was looking forward to seeing.
He told himself, you're supposed to be the next CJ So Cool. He's supposed to be the next him. He's supposed to be the next Leon. He's not supposed to be the next you. We already have a CJ So Cool. We don't need another one. You trying to place your identity onto somebody else. Make that make sense. That doesn't make any sense. Like, this is annoying me, bro. I hate adults and parents that try to live through children and try to push their own narratives onto children instead of letting children explore their lives and figure out what they want to do on their own. You're trying to tell them who to be. That's just not how it works. Imagine someone did that to you. Like, that's annoying and that's stupid.
Bro, you could have been a rapper, you could have been an actor, a YouTuber, you could have been a streamer, you could have been all the above, a gamer. The list goes on.
If he wants to be those things, he still can. The kid is only like 17. What are you talking about? Oh, you could have been a rapper, or a streamer, or a gamer. He can still be that, bro. He's not dead. He's alive. You're acting like this man died, or this boy died, or something. You say he's alive. What are you talking about?
My boy could have been an editor, a cameraman. Leon could have been a boxer. He could have been a bodybuilder. This kid could have literally been a basketball star. But instead, he ended up doing whatever he ended up doing. Like I said, I really don't really watch.
Like, you're trying to downplay and belittle a child for wanting to skate. Make that make sense.
Something like that. But the clips that I seen of the birthday, it's getting crazy, bro. Like, I don't want to keep hearing these kids don't want to do this and these kids don't want to do that. Their mom is a liar, and I don't care. She's always lied. Every time she talks, it's a lie. Those kids want to live the life that they had. They can't because you suffocated them. And now they're forced to act like they're, you know what? Let me stop. This video is not about that. Leon, I'm sorry, bro. This is coming from my heart. We used to work.
How are you going to tell this child that you're sorry while also downplaying and belittling him for his interests? They don't go together. Are you sorry or are you not? Are you sorry or are you trying to be manipulative? Are you sorry or are you trying to find a way to manipulate somebody into being on your side? Like, I'm confused. Like, that's not how you that's not how you say sorry to somebody. I'm not gonna sit here and say sorry to somebody and then say, you all the things you could have been, and you're just All you do is work at McDonald's. You could have been something great. Now look at you. Look at you at McDonald's. But I'm sorry. What? The sorry don't even matter no more.
Out, we used to go run, we would come take a shower, we would get dressed and go out to eat every single day. And the schedule that we created had nothing to do with the girls. I'm sorry, that was the truth. I didn't want to be around his mom anymore. He didn't want to be around his sisters or his mom anymore. And we both had a great time being away from them. Y'all do.
Now you're downplaying his family. You're talking about his sister. It's one thing for you to be saying something about his mom because you were actually in a relationship with his mom. But now you're talking about his sister. Those are his siblings. Those are the people that he grew up with. Those are siblings. You're saying he didn't want to be around his sisters. He didn't want to. First of all, why are we getting on other children? And then on top of that, it's just like you want to say sorry to him, and then you start getting on people that is a direct extension of him. Bro, you don't understand how close siblings truly are, bro. You must not. You don't say so. You can't say sorry to me and then start talking about my siblings, because then that sorry don't matter no more. Like, you don't bring my siblings up into anything if you're trying to say you sorry to me. Don't even bring up my siblings. Like, what?
You know she crashed the Charger, right? And then she sat in my showroom and did a video dissing me like it was my fault that she lied. I mean, the girl brain, you know what? The thing that was crazy was the lifestyle that me and Leon was living was real, and we never recorded none of it. Y'all will never get to see none of the videos that me and Leon was doing behind the scenes. And I'm not saying we was doing anything inappropriate. I'm just trying to tell y'all that it's fun living real life versus having to record everything and perform for the camera. I would take Leon out to Gene.
You're telling us this like we ain't know that. You the one who's a YouTuber who got popular for recording and putting everything on camera. So you telling us this like this is something that society didn't know about. We know. We know things are better off camera. That's why we don't record everything. Like, make it make sense.
Return to a club at 9 p.m. He'd be the only kid in the whole restaurant.
Yeah. Why are you indoctrinating a child? Why are you harming him by having him at clubs and stuff as a child? Like, you thought that was a flex? No, that's just weird. I don't care that he's a boy. Like, that's y'all problem. Y'all be thinking that y'all be sexualizing and grooming boys because they're boys. That doesn't make any sense. That's still a child.
But because Leon was hanging with us, he was cool. The owner knew it, the chefs knew it, the DJ knew it, the bartenders knew it. Everybody knew Lil Leon, bro. Cool. They'd bring me drinks, they'd bring him shots of Sprite. It was so funny seeing Lil Leon take shots of Sprite, man. Not that I was encouraging him to get drunk, but come on, be realistic. Some of y'all kids actually getting drunk right now as we speak. So you already know when they 21, they turning up. Ain't no holding them back. But my boy Leon was surrounded by, I ain't gonna say geniuses, but good men. Me, Kevin, my boxing trainer, the guy that was bringing his son to the boxing meetings. It was a lot of men hanging in Leon's life. And Leon was always happy, man. He was a cool kid that smiled every day, had the drip, I ain't gonna say he had the ladies, but I'm telling you, bro, every fan,
Yeah, you're not gonna say he had the ladies. He's a child. What ladies at these clubs and restaurants he gonna be having? None. And if he did, those are PDFs. What's wrong with you?
Woman, everybody that was curious to know who I was, they also wanted to know who my son was. And every time I told them, oh, this is my son, they couldn't believe it, bro. They love Lil Leon, bro. They thought he was a little adult. And I know that's not good, especially because I like to live like a kid.
Lil adult? No one should be thinking any child is a little adult. Like, what is wrong with you?
But, hey, Leon was a little grown man. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still a kid, but he was a grown man. I'm telling you.
Not at all. Child. He's still a child. He's only 17. He's still a child.
And I like to see him like that. And the crazy thing was, it wasn't like it was a script. I ain't say, Leon, act like this. Do this. He liked the lifestyle. He loved the lifestyle. Even if sometimes I would hug a lady and he might have thought, oh, man, you shouldn't have did that. He would hug the lady right after me to make me realize that I didn't do anything wrong. If a lady asks you for a hug and you're in that environment, it's not like you're doing anything other than a...
What are we talking about? What are we genuinely talking? Now we're just... What are you even, like... You're genuinely... Something is going on in your head. Like, we just went from... something to what the fuck is this? Like, dude, what?
And I actually hug fans on a regular basis all day. So what's wrong with that at the end of the day? Because most of y'all don't know this, but the real reason we broke up was one of them nights me and Leon went to that restaurant, Gene. I ended up taking a picture with this Caucasian lady who was about 40-something years old, right? but her daughter was a big fan of me and she recognized me and Leon off the top. Now her daughter wasn't there, but she wanted all these pictures, right? She all on me like this, doing all these pictures, and I'm really like going along with it. First of all, I had been drinking, I'm not gonna lie, and it was fun. I mean, it was a literal club environment, and the lady wasn't trying to harm nobody, and I definitely didn't expect it to end up on the shade.
Club environment. Y'all are so weird when it comes to black children and like this need to just put them in spaces to groom them and sexualize them and no, they're children. Nothing about them is grown. No, Leon was not a little grown man. No, he's just a child. Let children be children. Like, why y'all be trying to rush black kids to grow up so motherfucking fast? What's wrong with y'all?
But somehow she posted the picture and somebody else found it and then it went viral. And then of course royalty had to react to it and she made it seem like I was actually cheating on her. Come on, bro. This random old white lady that I do not know that took a picture of me and posted it like any other fan would. Hey, his mom don't ever make sense if you asking me. But the real thing was watching Leon beg me to take him back to the same places every single day, it made me feel good about myself because I knew that I was doing something right. There's no kid in the world that was having more fun.
Just because a child is begging you to do something doesn't mean that what you're doing is right. When did that became a fact? Like, when did that become a fact? Like, when did that become a thing? Like, last time I checked, you could be having your children do things they should not be doing, and they can be having fun doing it. And they can be begging for it, but that does not necessarily mean that what you're having your child do is the right thing, just because the children like it. Children can like a lot of things. Children can like a lot of things they're not supposed to be liking.
Leon, bro. Forget the fact that I bought him a charger. Forget the fact that he had jewelry, designer, and he was always in videos with millions of views. Him going to box and work out and look in the mirror at his gains and then later that night go to a restaurant where he's gonna be embraced by older people who treats him like he's one of them. Y'all don't understand the pain Leon went through living at that house with all women. First of all, y'all don't care about the pain.
Why do you keep bringing up the fact, yes, his family is...
But it ain't about me. Leon used to be told he was this, he was that, he wasn't this, and he wasn't that by straight females all day. Either he arguing with his older sister or he arguing with his younger sister.
You calling women females is already a red flag, but the fact that you tell me whether he's arguing with his older sister or he arguing with his younger sister. Bro, I hope you know that brothers argue too, bro. It don't matter. I hope you know that they're all girls and they will still arguing with each other. Them being opposite sex don't mean nothing. You gonna get into it with your siblings. What are you talking about? Like, you just coming up with stuff to sound like you know, like, you just coming up with things to seem like you are this great person. And I'm not gonna discredit and say that you're a horrible person. I don't know you, but like, this just doesn't make any sense. These are not the right things to be saying to make it seem like you're a great person. Like, I would be saying other things like, oh, I was helping the homeless or something. Like, I'm not gonna be saying this.
Or his mom is yelling at him about why he didn't take the garbage out, or why he didn't pick the dog poop up, or why he sleeps still, or why he doing that. I'm like, bro, the man had it hard, real hard. And
hard because he needed to do his chores? Why he didn't pick up the dog poop? Why he didn't take out the trash? Those are basic chores that every child has to do regardless of gender or sex or whatever the case may be. That's not him having life. His life is so hard because he got to take out the trash. That makes sense. Your life is so hard because you have to take care of the dog. This is the family's pet. We have to all chip in and take care of the pet. Like, what?
They didn't want to be over here with me. I'm just saying, wouldn't you want to be on camera? Wouldn't you want to be loved by millions? Wouldn't you want to be making easy, fast money?
I mean, but not everybody wants that. And I'm not here to say what he wants, but I'm just saying, like, everybody don't want to be in front of a camera. Everybody don't want millions of people to know them. Everybody, because that lifestyle comes with its own set of challenges that a lot of people just don't care for. You know, like, everybody doesn't want that. Some people like living in solitude and away from society, and they don't want nobody knowing what they're doing, and they don't want nobody to know who they are. Okay, so, like, every human ain't the same. Just because you enjoy that lifestyle doesn't mean the kids do. Just because they enjoyed it when they were a certain age don't mean they'll still enjoy it now. People change. People will always change. You will never be the same person that you were, no matter how old you are. Whether it's from being 5 years old to 16, from being 16 to 20, from 20 to 30, you're not going to be the same.
Everywhere for free, doing any and everything, or would you want to be obsolete, regular, below regular, actually invisible? I don't think nobody want to.
A lot of people would rather be invisible, and there's no such thing as a regular person. Like, what are you talking about? And a lot of people would be rather just not have all these eyes on them. They would rather not be judged for everything that they do, and they would rather be able to make mistakes, you know, like, without fear of judgment. So yes, a lot of people would rather live that life. A lot of people don't like being in the spotlight. Like, why is that so hard to comprehend? Like, that's so hard for you to understand?
Even the invisible people don't want to be invisible. Everybody want to be seen, bro. But this ain't about that, Leon. My bad, bro. I really
Some
do.
people want to be seen by the people that they love, by the connections that they create, not by random mad people on the internet.
I want to apologize. But yeah, I'm going to take 100% credit for everything, Leon, because all the time we spent away from the family, I took all the love out of the house. If it wasn't for me being in the house, it would be what it is now. Very quiet, dull, and everybody just to themselves, nobody really reacting to nothing. But because I was there most of the time, we were able to get that footage. That's why y'all was like, oh my God, we let us so cool family. It was me. I was bringing the energy, forcing everybody to react and have a good time. But the moment I stopped being at the crib, everybody started realizing how much they hated each other, and they blamed it on me. All because I wasn't around anymore. Now I'm a cheater. Now I'm always gone. I don't care about my family. And you know what? That's something I got to deal with right now. Because I really don't know if it was my fault from being gone all the time. And if I would have not done things like that, if I wouldn't have taken Leon on our own little side quest, maybe we would have still been together. But
what are you... I can't, bro. Like, I'm about to skip through this because, like, you just talking about a whole lot of nothing that just doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to skip through a little bit. Like, dude, how long? I already watched 12 minutes of this without skipping, I think.
Afterthought at this point. She don't want to make the video. She don't want to make the content. She don't want to apologize. She don't want to be cordial so that the kids can grow up and have fun. So forget her then. I moved on. Now what? And if I still mention her name, I'm still going to benefit off of it because guess what? There would be no royalty if it wasn't for CJ So Cool. Just like there would be no CJ So Cool if it wasn't for Jinx. So if my little brother Jinx wanted to mention me every day and make a video every day, I wouldn't be able to stop him because he's the one that created this internet persona I have. I created hers and theirs. You get what I'm saying? And if they was to help somebody, then they can mention them because they created them. There's a lot of people I created, and I can choose to mention them if I want to because I helped them become who they are. So who's not going to talk about something they made?
Okay, but it gets to a point, though. Like, people don't want to keep hearing about the same things over and over. Like, oh, my God, you're going to end up losing your audience. Because at a certain point, it's like, okay, right now, it's entertaining right now because it's still kind of fresh. But give it some time. Give it some time. Keep talking about this for some time, you're going to fall off because you're going to have nothing else to offer. You're not doing anything new, and it's going to get old at a certain point. So, yeah, you have every right. Everybody on the internet has every right to talk about anybody, whoever they want to talk about. But that doesn't mean that we're going to be obligated to sit here and listen every time. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to contain an audience talking about something like this that is... It gets to a point to where there's nothing left to talk about because you don't interact with these people no more. So there's not going to be any more to say. You're going to say everything that has to be said. So how long can you really go on and talk about this? Like, what are you even talking about?
That's how I grew up.
He's boring me to death. Boring me to death, bro. Like, I'm about to skip through. Is he going to say anything? This is most replayed right here. Alright. Because, dude, what are we talking about anymore now? Like, what are we genuinely talking about? Like, bro.
Oh, it was like a whole tree of cheat. You did this when you went to Atlanta, when you went to Miami, when you were hanging with your friends.
My thing is, if this is I Ruined My Son's Life is in the title of the video, my thing is, why are we talking about royalty? If this is supposed to be an apology video to your son or whatever the case may be, why is we talking about... I don't understand. Why are you going to try and apologize to somebody and then bring up their other family members and talk bad about their other family members like that's going to do something for them? If you want to apologize to Leon and you just make a video talking about Leon, why are we talking about everybody else? That's just irrelevant.
When you took my son to the restaurant.
This is just giving like you just want an excuse to continue talking about people and talk about the situation. It has nothing to do with you wanting to apologize to anybody.
Bruh, like what? A girl tells me in my DM I look good, and I comment back, thank you, you look good too. Now I cheated. That is a form of cheating.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Wait. The comments had to have said something about this. because a girl said that I look good and I tell her that she look good too, that ain't cheating. Are you, he cannot be, like, stable in the head, like, dude, what? What do you mean? If you're, so you're telling me, somebody come up and be like, oh my god, you so sexy, you be like, oh my god, girl, you sexy too. When you got a whole girl or a whole boyfriend or whatever the case may be, are you serious? And that's not cheat, like, did that just come out of your mouth? I'm going back.
A girl tells me in my DM I look good, and I comment back, thank you, you look good too. Now I cheated. That is a form of cheating, but that is not cheating, because we all know what cheating is.
Dude, that is disrespectful. Cheating doesn't have to be you physically being with somebody. No, bro, that is disrespectful in itself, that you felt the need to say that, especially on a public platform, because what do you mean a comment? What's wrong with you? What are we even talking about now? We losing the plot. If this was your mindset when you was with her, she had every right to leave you. Like, what? Dude, cheating is not limited to this. If you're supposed to be in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to be faithful to somebody in all ways. If y'all know that flirting is a form of cheating, all these other things that shows that you're not in a relationship are all forms of cheating, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You don't have to be laid up with somebody to cheat on them, bro. Like, are you so serious right now?
Wait.
Okay,
Jump back and forth in my personalities, but I really do wish I would have known what I know.
I jump back and forth in my personalities. Boy, do you have split personality disorder or what? What does that mean? I jump back and forth in my personalities. You know what? You need some therapy and psychiatrist.
A whole week. So when I tell them, hey, let's do this TikTok, hey, let's do this video, hey, let's do this dance, they be like, what? We don't want to work? Of course, their mom put that in their head too. Oh, you don't gotta do videos at your dad's house. When they come over here, they tell me like, oh, my mom said we don't have to do no videos at your house. You don't have to do any videos, but we're doing videos anyway because I do videos for a living. Now, if y'all want to go to school, cool, go to.
Okay, you can't force. You can do videos for a living, but your children don't have to. They're children. Let them be children. If they don't want to be in front of a camera 24/7, they don't have to be. Like, I don't know if you're saying this because you think that, like, you're, like, really proving something, but it's really showing, like, how bad your parenting is, because that doesn't really make any sense. Even if she told them that they didn't have to, she's right, they don't have to. And if they don't want to, mind you, if they don't want to, they're kids, they'll do it anyway. I mean, if they really want to and their mom told them not to, they're kids, they're probably going to tell you and end up doing it anyways. But if they're sitting here, if all she said was they don't have to, that is true, they don't have to. And why are we trying to force them? You do videos for a living. You do videos for a living, not them. They're children. They don't do anything for a living but go to school and be a child.
School. But since y'all don't got no school, we gonna do these videos. And y'all lucky because these videos are about y'all going shopping and going to the carnival while Kamari is still in Gary's watching as if it's a whole repeated situation over again where she's watching some other kids be with her dad and her dad's not with her. I can't take care of this little kid anymore and watch him grow up to be a better version of me. That's the thing about being a dad or a stepdad. When you get a son, you automatically say, I'm gonna make him better than me. I don't know what it is about that, bro. Now, when they're a little kid, it's hard because it's like,
You do that with all your children. You want all your children to be better than you. I would hope that it doesn't matter what their gender or their sex is. You would aspire for all your children to turn out better than you and live a better life than you lived. I would hope that you would think that way about all children and not just the ones that match your biological sex. Like,
little kid, I don't want to be too strict on him. But of course, when CJ is of age and I can get him away from Dea so much and to stop taking after her lead, then yes, we're going to have that same bond. But I'm not taking my 6-year-old to the gym because for one, you got to be 13 years old to work out. Come on. You have to legally be 13 years old to be in there with your parent. So I can't even almost do the things with CJ I was doing with Leon. I can't take CJ on no mile run. I'm going to leave him. Come on now. Way before CJ was even born, bro, I been looked at you as my son. That's why every music video I asked you to play me. Nobody else. I didn't go hire some kids. I was too rich. I could have did anything I wanted to do. But I always said, Leon, you're going to be me, bro. Because I was trying to manifest my life for you because at that time I was...
trying to manifest my life for you. He doesn't want to be you, bro. Why are you trying to force yourself onto a child? You supposed to raise your child to be better than you, while they also you raise your child for them to be better than you, while also being themselves, but just not making the same mistakes as you. They can be themselves and still live a life that was better than yours. They don't have to be exactly like you to be better than. That's not better than you. That's being exactly like you. Like, what are you talking about?
Super rich and wealthy and famous and popular, and I wanted the same thing for you. Imagine not being so greedy that I'm not even trying to take the shine no more. I want to give it to a kid. Like, bro, realistically, Leon was that guy. And even if me and Leon never see each other again, I still would love to give him something special, man. So Leon, if it's even possible, bro, if you would love to get that charger, I know they took it from you. I know YouTube took the video down because you was young, but you're not young no more, bro. And you can actually drive right now. If you really trying to get that Hellcat, bro, this ain't no joke. I don't care who laughing right now. You know what to do. My number's still the same. I ain't never changed it. Everybody in the world got my number damn near, bro. If you ever think about it, bro, just call me, text me, anything. It gotta be a picture, you know, because on God, everybody say they Leon. They text me all the time, and I know it ain't true. But I'm really trying to rekindle things, man, the best way that I can. Like the game that I didn't know back then about money. Because you saw me blowing through my money, and you probably thought that was cool.
Why is your number out there for everybody to have? Like, that's genuinely, that's crazy.
Cool. And I didn't have the words to tell you at the time, but I realize now, bro, that I was moving with a big head, and that's not how you become wealthy. And being rich and being wealthy is not the same thing at all. You didn't know that because I didn't know that. So you probably thought that me flexing all the time meant I was wealthy, but realistically, it mean I was rich. And being rich is not what anybody should aspire to be, especially because the wealthy don't act rich at all. You can't see the wealth's money. They got it hidden in stocks and bonds and low index funds.
All right, you wrap it up, Brody. Like, what did you still got?
And I don't want you in harm's way. That's the difference between me and your mom. She ain't.
This is supposed to be an apology video to Leon. I ruined my son's life, and then you're still talking about his family members. Like, what is we on, bro?
Never had, bro. You know what? Let me stop because this is an apology video, bro.
This stopped being an apology video a long time ago.
Sorry, Leon, bro. I know what you're going through over there, and I know you gotta fake it till you make it. But just know this: when you turn 18, bro, my arms are open. You can move in for free. I will put you back on, bro. You don't need a job. I got you. And if you did watch this video and you made it to this part, you know it's real, bro.
All right, I watched this majority of this video for y'all, bro. Yeah, so y'all on YouTube, y'all better thank me because what was this? What was this? Genuinely, what was this? I'm about to check the comments. Thank you. No, Leonidas was not supposed to be the next CJ So Cool because that's your character and your identity. And your YouTube name trademark. And I don't mean it in an offensive way, but Leonidas is supposed to be what God wants to be and what God is going to be created. Okay, whatever, cool. But that is so true. He is not supposed to be you. And like his own character, his own identity, dude. Nobody want to be you, bro. Look at you now. Look at you now. All you talk about is drama. That's it. Nobody want to be you, bro. Oh my god. Y'all fan. CJ, you're almost 40 years old and you need to leave Leon alone. Stop slick dissing him because he isn't your son. Are you seriously? That's what I'm saying. Like, he dissing him, talking something. I don't know what you're doing now. I don't know what you're doing now. And it's literally him liking to skate. Dang, kids can't skate no more? That can't be an interest? Like, dang, like, what? And this one said, y'all fans are so easy to gaslight. Y'all praising this man for a backhand apology. Would any of you accept an apology from someone who is in the same breath diss your mother? I know CJ didn't have a mom, so he doesn't understand a mother and son bond. But y'all that do have a bond with your mother should be ashamed. That is so real. That's what I was saying. I'm like, you're dissing his other family members while also trying to apologize to him. I was like, I hope I'm not the only one who caught on to this. I need to see somebody say something about the cheating thing. Like, no, literally, put all that energy into your daughter. No, literally. I need to see someone say something about the cheating thing. This is genuinely insane. Let me, in the comments, let me know what you guys think about this because it's genuinely crazy. But, yeah. I'm gonna see y'all guys later.